Hello. It's me, and I'm going to be... Oh, what have I pressed? I've tabbed out of the game, so I don't know what happened there. So, yeah, hello. I'm going to play some Ori and the Blind Forest, first of all, today. It's a lovely game. Can you see my lovely traily mouse there? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest. We've been here before. We've played this before. We're going to play it again. I think I'm currently broadcasting as far as I know. And also... Oh dear, I've tabbed out of it. Never mind that. I've also, because it's OBS, it's also recording, and I don't want it to, because what would be the point of that? But I can't get it to stop. Can't seem to get it to stop. Maybe what I've done is I've done that thing where you press it once, and then it goes, okay, in 100 years' time, I'll acknowledge that you just pressed it, but for the moment I'm processing. And then maybe I've pressed it again, and it started recording, you know. But right now, the button just says, stop recording, which is, and I press it and nothing happens. Never mind. Hello, Meg. Hello. Hello, Ziffy, Kairu, Achilos. Kairu again. Sure, that's alright, Kairu. That's understood. That looks a bit annoying. Let me shift the chat over a little bit. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Maybe even if I shrink it down a little bit. Maybe like that. That'd be better, wouldn't it? Like that, perhaps. There we go. There we go, look! There we are. That's nice. And there's Abby there going, you... So, let's... Are we still... Yes, it's still recording. It will not stop recording. Oh, well, anyway. That's alright, it can record. I've got hard drive space. Or have I? I can't remember what hard drive I've told it. There's a cup of tea made by my wife, Abby, who sits over there. And she just did a thumbs up. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
There she is. That's her. I've got a silly story to tell you today about me being a big, huge idiot. But let's go and explore Blackroot Burrows while I tell you my story, and I can't really remember what we're doing. But I know how to play the game generally, and we'll find out as we go along, won't we? So, hello, here we are. I'm sure it'll be a bit that I've tried to do billions of times and need to really get my act together. Which way do I need to go? Let's look on the map. Yes. Oh, actually, no. It looks like I need to go up. Looks like I've already been this way. But whatever. Let's just see what happens. That looks like something I need to pound the ground, doesn't it? But it isn't. No, nothing really to do there. Nothing really to do. Yeah. So I've had a silly day today. By the way, let's acknowledge the two things it is today. It's Easter. And it's April Fool's Day. Now, Easter, that's the confusing day where we do all sorts of rituals that appear to be to do with, you know, spring and sort of birth and life and things. You know, it's all about eggs and chickens and stuff. So that would appear to be a sort of a spring festival generally. But also, it's the day we celebrate what was done to Jesus. And what was done to Jesus, don't need to tell you, wasn't very nice, because it's part of pop culture. Anyway, so that's Easter, that's today, but also it's April Fool's Day. And April Fool's Day was once a day when, you know, you would do fun things to each other, wouldn't you? And silly things that aren't real and aren't true. And then, now and then, there would be a silly thing that wasn't true on the news or that a company would announce, and that wouldn't be true either. Now what happens is a relentless onslaught of lies, which is sort of perpetuated by all of your favourite content creators. I was quite excited today to see a 40-minute video today about the game Skyrim and how it's not good. Which is I've felt that more or less since day one. Well, no, that's a bit harsh. I wouldn't say that Skyrim's not good. Of course, it was quite an achievement and all of that, and it has its place in the history and books and everything. Look, that rock formation looks like the bloke out of Babylon 5. Anyway, but what's my button for zip forwards? I have got one. I'm forgetting what the button is. But you know. It never engaged my interest, and so, what's the button? Ah, there it is. And so, I never thought it was really very good. And I much preferred the Witcher games. Of course, the best games made in the world. But, that's not a view shared by many people, so I was interested to see this video explaining it. But it was a joke, it was a silly joke, so we set up to watch it with our dinner, you see. But it was a silly joke. What a fool! What a fool I was to fall for the silly joke. And so I fell for that. Because it said it was a 40-minute video, but I didn't even watch it because most of it I discovered was just a list of his Patreon people. Going by very slowly because it was a funny joke. So I didn't get to watch that with my dinner. That was a shame, and I had to watch an old, because I didn't have anything to watch then, and I had to watch an old video. That wasn't very good, so I was fooled there. But I've not done any April Fool's things today, not on you, but I have done an April Fool's thing on myself, which was this. So so you may have gathered this from either from the Discord or my Twitter if you are on either of those things. It's weird if you're not and you're watching these videos. Seems unusual, but maybe you exclusively like to see video games and you do not like to speak or be spoken to, which is fair enough. Outside of that context, obviously you like to be spoken to during a game, otherwise what would you be doing right now? This would be pure nonsense to you, as it is to others. But, yeah, so, oh dear. Oh, that's very annoying, isn't it? Yes, I need to remember to make saves. What I did to myself was as follows. Oh, I better have a look at it. Oh, gosh. Oh, there's a... do you think you'll ever be able to stream Witcher 3? Well, here's the thing. I don't know, because I finished it, and it took me a lot of work, and now I've finished it... Abby's finished it, and I was watching. And now I'm on the last bit of DLC, which is a spoiler. And probably not. I feel as if it would have been... Oops. It would have been nice if I did, but I didn't. And I think that moment might have passed. But who knows? There may be a New Game Plus in our future at some point. And there isn't any shadow of a doubt that I'll be playing their upcoming game, which is called Cyberpunk and then a year. But... look, who knows? I can't make any promises. I don't know if I'll be in a position to stream anything when that comes out. It'd be nice though, wouldn't it? Oh, Meg. You need to play that game for yourself. It's the only way, and you'll form an even more intimate connection with a Joe Wyatt character, perhaps than ever before. It's well worth a go, because in that game, you are her dad. So, anyway, so that's what day it is. It's Easter and it's April Fool's, and me and Abby wanted to go out, and we had a day planned, and we were all ready for it. We were about to go out, and then I remembered something that I've been neglecting and that I've been forgetting for a very long time. Weeks and weeks and weeks. Which is not a very long time, but it's a quite long time. Which is that I'm supposed to put eye drops in my eyes. Because I had a blurry vision problem a little while ago, and I went to talk to opticians or optometrists about it, as per QI. And QI explained the other day that that the difference is that an optician is, or I better save, is someone who sells glasses, but an optometrist is someone who tests your eyes. Now, as one of the closest contacts and confidants of, well, I don't know about confidants, but certainly one of the closest contacts to an optician all my life, who is a testing optician, he's never told me that difference, and said optician. Whereas, apparently, according to QI, he's an optometrist. So, who knows who's correct in that. But, anyway. Ooh, this is tricky. Anyway, it was not that optician who told me I needed eye drops. It was another. And I haven't really been doing the eye drops. Because I just haven't. I'm not good at putting eye drops in. And I've been failing. Oh dear. and I've been failing to get them right. Or, yes, I should have saved again, silly. And I always miss, and I don't get them in my eye. They go down my face or shirt. Mong. And, so, yeah, I've not been doing them. Oh! Yeah, there we are. That is something I've been trying to do, isn't it? So, this morning, I thought, no, you know what? I will. Actually, I will do my eye drops. So I did what I've been having to do my eye drops. As I say, I'm very bad at getting them in my eye. So I have only one technique that works, and that's to actually physically lie down. So I go on the sofa, and I lie down. And because I'm going to do it on the sofa, and I know I'm basically always... I've tried and tried and tried to do it grown-up ways. My friend Matt, who you may know, Life's a Pitch Matt, he shows up here sometimes. He might be here now. He isn't. He puts eye drops in, and he's tried to show me how it's done, and it doesn't really work. I'm not... his method works, of course, but I'm not yet skilled enough to achieve it. Oh, look! Or skilled enough to get up these platforms. Oh, this is a bit zubbish, isn't it? Oh, we haven't played Zub together. Oh, I look forward to the day. We'll do that at some point. Oh, that'll be lovely. Oh, we'll do that soon. I've been kind of holding back from playing my old favourite games because I feel like I'm going to do all Dave's games, or what's it called? Dave's old games videos about it. But that's going to be a long time in the future. I should just play them now and then do videos later. Anyway, so there I am deciding that I'm going to do my eye drops this morning like a good patient. And so I lie down on the sofa and I take my glasses off because that is how one puts in eye drops. I take off my glasses and I reach out to the side of me. Before I took off my glasses, I looked and saw that the little white bottle of my eye drops was there. So I reach over and I pick up the little bottle of eye drops and I put one in my eye. And for the first time, maybe, I get it right in. Goes right into my eye, nice and central, lovely, no problem. Much more central than my attempts at landing on this platform have been so far. And so I managed to get a drop right in my eye, and I'm torn between celebrating that or lamenting the fact that my eye is now burning in the manner of an eye touched by a finger that's just been cooking with chilies. You ever done that? You've been chopping any chilies up, and then you just accidentally touch your eye. You know, you rub your eye or something, and then, oh dear, burning. What do? You go and you wash your eye. So that's what I did. I can't seem to pull this, so I guess that was a one-time lever. Yes, looks like I'm not getting any higher than that. Oh, what a shame. That was a big waste of time, wasn't it? So I'm going to have to go... Where is it? Back down that hole, I think, maybe? Yeah. So, I have put in an eye drop, and my eye's burning. That's interesting, isn't it? So I run to the sink, and I put a lot of water on my eye. And, much to the surprise of my wife, who thought that it was perfectly normal for her to be trying to use the toilet at the time. Yeah, so I run in, I burst in, and I put loads of water in my eye. Abby's going, what are you doing? And I put loads in my eyes burning, and I put loads of... And I know what I'm doing, and I know what I've done. What I've done is... There was a proper Mr. Bean moment where I put this eye drop in my eye, and it burned, and then I looked at it, and I realised my mistake. What had happened was... The little bottle of eye drops, the one that I reached out for next to the sofa where I put my eye drops in, that one. Oh, hey. It was packed for our trip to see Hamilton, which happened just over a week ago. Did you know I went to see Hamilton? With Matt. That was when he tried to show me how to, put eye drops in. Yeah, that was great. We went to see Hamilton. You should endeavour so to do. Talk about that more if you would like me to. I will field your questions about specific bits. But, I had packed my eye drops to go to Hamilton and I had forgotten to unpack them. And so I looked over at the little bottle that I had in my hand of what I had thought was eye drops, and no, it was acid. That's not a joke. It was a bottle of ear drops, which they put them in very similar looking bottles, you see, and it must have just been there, we must have just, we just must have had that in the house and it got there, and I had looked, so there was this real Mr. Bean moment where I look at the bottle and it says acid on it instead of safe eye drops. There isn't a picture of a skull. Why don't I remember to save there? Any time. I must try. It's because I'm telling you this story. So, that was a long story. It wouldn't have been as long, but I'm concentrating on playing the game and also failing to do that because I'm telling you this story. But TLDR, I thought I was putting eye drops in. I was putting acid in my eyes. Save. And so now I'm a man with acid in his eyes. So that's stupid, isn't it? And it's really, frankly, weird that I can see. Which I can. Because I ran straight to the sink, put a lot of water in, and then, having done that, I put a lot of eye drops in, actual eye drops, just in case. I don't know if the eye drops help. And in fact, after the rest of today's adventures, I have reason to believe that perhaps they don't. They were just shelf-bought, generic dry eye drops, which probably just means these are just water, but it's basically safe to put in your eye. It's not going to actually do anything. There's nothing medicinal about it, probably. But I put it in my eye, just in case it would help to wash it out. And it turns out it did, because then the next step, of course, was to go to A&E. Now, in America, when you have an accident or emergency, you go to ER, which is the emergency room. Here in the UK, ER, that was already taken. That is something to do with royalty and the Queen. And so you go to A&E here, accident and emergency, if you've had an accident or emergency. Yeah, thank you for that bit of map, but the problem is getting down there, isn't it? Maybe I can get over here now. No, not really. How do I break through that? Well, perhaps I can. Perhaps I can use a point and give myself the ability to do anything. Let's find out. I do seem to remember that in this game you did keep thinking, well, I'm completely stuck, and then you found out actually you could level yourself up just in the nick of time. It's quite carefully planned out. Let's see if that's still the case. Oh no, I don't. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that. No. No. Right, thank you. What can I do? Restore a life cell, make pickup show up on the map, or... No, I can't do that because I need... Oh, no, I can. I've got 2 ability points. Oh, wait. Have I not got that? It looks like I've got that. So I can charge, flame, burn. I don't know. Is that what I want? None of those things seem to be able to help me at this juncture. That doesn't seem helpful to me. That seems helpful. Perhaps I'll have that. Oh, I can have 2. That? Oh, no, I can't. Alright, well, looks like I've got that now. Let's see what that does. Anyway, so I went to the hospital. Which made you cry more, Hamilton or hydrogen peroxide? Probably Hamilton, because hydrogen peroxide I don't think it was hydrogen peroxide. Yes, it was. And all it made me do was run around. They are acid. I can confirm they're acid, because when I gave the bottle to the woman at the hospital, she said, you know, actually, it's the alkali ones that are worse. Yes, it was only temporary pain. It is already gone. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go in this game? Where? Down there? I can't. It doesn't seem... I don't have the ability. Let's find out if I have the ability. I just don't know it. Yeah, so, yeah, it did burn. It was temporary. Having washed my eye, it didn't hurt anymore, but still I went to the A&E to find out what else ought to be done. Because there was a lady on the phone, because we have this thing called 111, and you phone it up for, like, initial emergency response advice. First aid is the word I'm looking for. Look, I'm obviously supposed to go down through here, but I can't. How do I go down through there? It's where I've got to go. Wait, maybe there's another way around. No. What am I supposed to do then? Ooh, 4. I got 4. Doesn't say. Let's go and look and find out. So where do I need to go? Up here, and then left a long way, and then up. Let's try that. Okay. And I had a load of tests done on my eye at the hospital, and theoretically, we have established that I'm fine. Hey, that was a good one. Yeah, theoretically, we've established that I am fine, and that I am not going to gradually experience my eyeball dissolving. I do think my vision is a bit blurred, but they checked, and it isn't. So, you know, that's just me being a big fusspot. No, I think my eye's gone through the ringer today, so it feels very kind of blinky and not good. And I was thinking of not putting my camera on because I would look really blinky, but you know, like that. But never mind, I think you can deal with that. So various tests were done. Here's what happens if you go in to have your eyes checked for damage. If you put acid in them. So first of all, somebody tore off a little piece of paper and put it. She pulled down my lower eyelid, put this little strip of paper on it, and told me to essentially bite down with my eyelids on this piece of paper. So now so I did that. So I've now got this bit of paper sticking out of my eye and touching my eye. It was really not great. Yeah. I think we may be on this screen for a while. I'm really looking forward to getting past this bit. Yep, no, that's right. I have to remember the thing. So that's one test. Another test was she put a dropper of blue stuff on my lower eyelid. No, this is somebody else now. I've waited a little while and I've gone through to see the next person, who presumably was a step up the expert skill tree. I don't know. She put a dropper of blue stuff in my lower eyelid. And then shone a really blue light on it, and that was to look for something, and I don't know what. And then, okay. Oh, that's right. Yes, no, I can't go through here either. Nice. And then she put some sticky, thick yellow stuff in my eye, and don't know what that was to check. Oh, yes, I do. That was to check if there was any damage to the cornea, or the I think it's the cornea is the right word. I'm referring to the front bit, the windscreen of the eye. And there wasn't, apparently. Hey, wait a minute. This implies I've not been up here. Oh no, that's something I can't affect at this stage. How irritating. That's what's irritating, is having acid in your eye. And that was it, really. She did... Oh, yeah, there was one other test that she did. Which was that she put some sort of thing really close to my eye. Some sort of light shiner or I don't know what it was. Something like that, anyway. And she had to put it really close to my eye. As in... really, really close to my eye. So she had to like turn these little wheels to make it go just a little bit closer to my eye and a little bit closer and a little bit closer until it was at the stage where I could feel it in my eyelashes. I could feel it touching my eyelashes. That was how close it was. Which, of course, you know, is too close, and you get that feeling of like an almost like the eye equivalent of a gagging feeling. You're like, no, this part of my body rejects the presence of this. But it was all right. And then, oh yeah, she went, oh, I'm just going to look at your eyelid, and she went, bloop, and she did to me the thing that schoolboys do to themselves, where they turn their eyelids inside out. You've ever seen that trick? It's a magical trick that some people do, and those people are young school children. So she did that, and I'm glad she didn't really tell me she was going to do it, because without the warning, I didn't flinch at it, and so it felt not good. It felt really bad. Oh, this feels not good. It felt really bad, but it was fine. And then, yeah, then she kind of gave me a clean bill of health. She was like, right, no, there's no damage, and there's no chemicals, so you know, not only is there no damage, there's not going to be any more damage, so you're just, if there is any damage, you know, it's done. Nothing we can do. Might as well just carry on with our lives. So she didn't talk like that. So, yeah, so she sent me on my way, really. She was very nice. I very much recommend the Manchester Royal Infirmary and then the eye hospital that they have attached to them as well. They're all great. I've never met anyone... I've been to the hospital a lot of times as a regular... Oh, I keep forgetting to say... Oh, no, I don't keep forgetting to say. I just don't have the ability to say. Oh! As regular visitors to our little soirees will know, I am a repeat visitor to the hospital. And I've been to various departments, and I've never met anyone there who seemed like the sort of person I wouldn't like. They're all really nice. They don't even... frankly, I would be very supportive of NHS staff appearing to be very tired and exhausted, because presumably they are. They're all overworked and underpaid, but they never seem to be. They all seem really cheerful, and everything seems great. So that's testament to their being good at stuff. Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, my eyes do feel very sleepy though now. And I don't know if it's because I've had acid in them, or if it's just because I've really, like, spent the whole day just putting stuff in them and abusing them. I've been putting water in there, paper has gone in there, there's been the test juice, the acid, of course. I think I've mentioned that, but it really does bear repeating. It's worth mentioning. Yeah. And so, having done all of that, we came home. I basically had ruined Abby's day off with all that, and so we made up for it by going to a place where there are people who bring their dogs and their babies. And that's where we spent the afternoon, and it was lovely. Hey. Where am I supposed to go? There! That's right. Bonk! But can I get over there? What? Yep. Sure, no, I understand that. My problem is where I do go next. I'm sure I was able to get over there before. How did I do that? Yes, no, don't worry, I'm well aware that there's some stuff that I can't do and will later be able to do. That is Metroidvania all over the place. How am I supposed to go anywhere in this? Okay. Okay, so I think we've established I probably can't go there. I'm sure I've tried already. That wants me to be all the way up there. I can't get up there. Ah, that's where I need to go. Okay, so I need to go up and left. No. I can get up there, though. There we go. Why not? And left. Okay, there we go. There was a little side dalliance that we're going to just sort of put behind us. And we're going to move on to the next place. And once we get there, there's going to be content for you. You're going to be seeing content. And you're going to be content. So yes, my eyes don't feel damaged, but they do feel tired. It's very clear that stuff's been going on with these eyes today. Oh, that's the right. Can't get past that. Which means I can't get past there, so that's not where I'm supposed to go. Where am I supposed to go? Have I become stuck? Have I leveled up in the wrong way and now I can't go anywhere? Maybe up there. It's my only chance, really. But how do I get there? So lefty, left, left, left. Oh wait, I could have teleported, couldn't I? I could have teleported, couldn't I? But I didn't, so I'm going to have to go lefty, left, left, left. Okay, cool. That's a shame, because whenever you go lefty, left, 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 it may seem perfectly reasonable. It may seem like the obvious thing to do. But you get shouted at by lots of people on Twitter. Ah! Oh, there's the oh, I'm really far away from where I thought I was. But look, once we get through this bit, we'll be in a new bit, and then everything will be great. Everything's really great whenever you get to a new bit in this game. I think I'm starting to recognize what one of the criticisms I read of this game was on about, which said... nice. Let me see if I can get more of that down here. Ah! Ah! Which said that the new areas, it seemed to imply that they were sort of out of the way and broke the flow a bit. And I wonder if this is what they mean, this difficulty that I'm having getting back to the actual game. Because I don't remember this happening before. Oh, I've just remembered also, I think I'm playing it on a higher difficulty level than I did before. Maybe that's something to do with it. But I don't know, it's important to be hardcore, isn't it? Otherwise you're not a true gamer. I saw an interesting post today, I don't know what it was on, that was speculating, in a very thoughtful tone, can Switch owners be considered gamers? Is what they were thinking, because after all, the Switch isn't made by a gaming company, explained. This post explained that, like, people who play with a lot of Lego, that even though that's the best selling, it's not about sales, that Lego is the best selling toy that there is. Nevertheless, its users and people who have a lot of Lego, they're not called gamers, because Lego they're not a gaming company. And presumably by the same token, this person is saying that being as Nintendo isn't a gaming company, can the Switch be considered, or rather can Switch owners be considered gamers? That's eminently very sensible, isn't it? That's sensible thinking by a sensible man who's making any sort of sense. Whoops. Now, what you might... I don't know if you picked up on this, but I wasn't being entirely sincere just then. I was using a bit of sarcasm. Because actually I think the man might be a raving lunatic. Well, that's not fair, because I think to be a raving lunatic, you probably have to be talking about something a bit more important. If someone was a raving lunatic and the only way in which it manifested was that they thought that a Nintendo machine wasn't for games and wasn't for gaming and wasn't for gamers, that really would be a low bar for raving lunacy. So I'll allow that he's not raving. But he's not. He's a speculating lunatic, I think I'll say. Not a raving lunatic. A thoughtful, speculating lunatic. Who's duper wrong. Oh, come on! I want to open the door. I want to go somewhere. That 4 really seems to be written in my comic lettering. I suppose you haven't seen much of my comic lettering. Oh, no, you might have if you've read Imaginary Gumbo. I forgot I lettered that. Theoretically, I can go up this way. No, it doesn't look like I can. I'm going to have to go this way and avoid that. Useless. Useless, useless, useless. I had a lovely dream last night. I dreamt that I went to a new place in town that I'd never been to before. I'd been exploring and I found this lovely place and they had a buffet there. I think it was an Italian buffet, which isn't something I don't think I've experienced that in real life. I don't know if the buffet format really suits Italian food, but in this case it was, and it was great. And I was going, oh, this is good. And there was a little bookshop at the back of it, and I went there, and the people there went, oh, hello, Dave. It's been a while since you were last here, and I was like, oh, that's weird that they remember me because I was only ever here once before, and that was by accident, just like this. I was exploring a weird part of town, and that's it. That really is. There was no point in me telling you that. It just appeared in my head, and because of the lowered concentration that I have while playing a game at the same time as talking, it forced me to basically make the words come out of my mouth instead of stay in my head. So I can only apologise about that and press on. So I furthermore dreamt that Abby had decorated the kitchen for Christmas, and she'd done this in it was just ever so good. There was, we had, and this is something that, as far as I'm aware, isn't actually available, but it should be, and if it was, it's something I would absolutely want. We had a collector's pack of plastic figures of the Mr. Men, and it contained, now, that does exist, but hear me out. It contained a plastic figure of, yes, every Mr. Man. Every last one. Every single one of them. And those were all arranged all over the kitchen in a formation. And there was some Bart Simpson Christmas decorations, which was a bit kitsch. But Abby acknowledged this and said, yes, I know, I've... Do I mean kitsch? I've realised after saying it that I don't really know the meaning of that word. What I mean is a bit rubbish. And Abby, you went, yes, I know, but let's face it, this was an important icon in our lives, and I wanted to decorate the kitchen in a way that reflects our lives. Fair enough, really, isn't it? And yeah, so there was just Mr. Men everywhere and a couple of Barts. It was very nice. And yeah, I did wake up sad that I don't have a set of figures of all the Mr. Men. Not the sort of thing that you would expect a grown man to be worrying about, would it? Is it? But I'm not worrying about it. But it is haunting me a little bit that I don't have access to such a collection. If I'm honest with you, that plays on my mind a little bit now that I've seen the possibilities. Makes you at least wonder why they don't do it, doesn't it? You know, it would be quite expensive. You might have to pay somewhere between £50 and £100 for such a collection. But weird that they don't offer it at all. I'm quite a fan of the Mr. Men. You may know this about me, and this is on a number of different levels. I think they're well designed. I think there's something very attractive about... No, see, I can't go there. About having a lot of different, colourful, different shaped little characters hanging out together. I think it's good. And lastly, because of that, I, as a child, listened to no fewer than 2 musical albums by the Mr. Men, both of which damn good albums. What am I supposed to... They were! No, they were! What am I supposed to do here? I seem to have exhausted every possibility. I really appear to have exhausted every possibility and may have to stop playing the game. Does anyone have any suggestions? What's going on in the chat, I wonder? Were you reading an April Fool's joke, Dave? Because that idea is not worth spending a second of thought. Well, I now can't remember to what you're referring. It did have the little misses, yes. Even the rare ones. I'm completely stuck. What shall we do? I'm going to Google it. I'm getting bibbidopped. Maybe there are people trying to communicate with me who aren't watching the stream for some reason, or rather don't want to type in the stream, but are prepared to send me texts. I don't mean that. I mean tweets. No help is forthcoming there. Oh, right, Mango, somebody repost it for me, please. Ori, Blind Forest, stuck in, let's say, Blackroot Burrows. I'm stuck at the part shown in the image. Let's see what the image... Link blocked. This link has been flagged as potentially malicious. Right. And there's no way to access it on my phone, okay? There is a door to the right which I can't open, and I can't go up as either, unfortunately. The only special ability I have is unlocked is the dashing one, no light burst, etc. Am I stuck forever? Yes, that's exactly the situation I'm in. Yes, you need the light burst there. Explore, find it. Okay. But I can't leave this place without it, so it needs to be near my location, right? I don't remember that particular level by heart, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure you can't get stuck like that in that game. There's always a way to get out. It's always interesting, isn't it, that when you have questions asked on the Steam forums or any other gaming forums, there's always a lot of replies from people who don't know. They're not friends with the person. There's no reason for them to chime in at all, but they make sure to reply, even if it's just to explain that they can't. So that's good. Okay, I searched the area. They're talkative. They like to be sociable, which is good. I searched the area for an hour now. There doesn't seem to be anything in here. We've done that. I'm also very limited in exploring. The only area I can go to is left from where I'm standing in the image. We don't know where that is. And it just leads back to my original position. Then the person who doesn't know anything replies, so I was remembering wrong, obviously, lol. You need to be carrying the glowing orb! That's right! But it seems you already placed it, since the place is all lit up. The light burst is found later. I checked this video to understand where you are. Just watch the first 10 minutes if you don't want spoilers. Okay, replies the original person. Yes, I know where I am. The only problem is I don't know how to leave the lit up area without the glowing orb or the light burst. There seems to be no way out of here, and my previous saves are all in the same area, unfortunately. Thanks for the help so far, by the way. Appreciate it. Smiley face. So then the person who doesn't know anything goes, well, the orb was only needed to make the misty platform solid, but now there's light everywhere, all the platforms are visible. It should be possible to climb back up to where you found the dash. Perhaps it is. I don't know where that is. I feel as if I've done that. I remember this area pretty well, says the nostalgic Dungeon Conqueror B. It's not been that long since I played it. But I can't get either of the pictures to load, so one of you is going to have to describe the exact spot better for me, and then I can lead you out of there. Actually, I already have a hunch where you might be, but I want to make sure my directions are right from the right spot. It's at this point in the video, says the person who didn't know anything, but who seems to be knowing things now. It's at this point in the video, but the lights are already on. Let's see what happens if I try and open the video. This will be interesting, won't it? Let's see what happens if I try and do that. Oh, actually, there is some video there. Okay. Oh, whoops. No, that's... Oh, dear. No, that's gone away. Okay. Oh, that's easy then, says the person. That's not where I thought you were, lol. From that spot, just go the way you did before, to the right over the spikes, then up the shaft past the lasers, Then take the floating platforms up to the next ledge above you, then go to the right to where you got dash at. Then you have to go down from there and follow the path, operating the mechanism and using the dash to get past the next barrier. And then you have to do the Indiana Jones run to escape from the boulder that chases you. Oh! That does seem to be where we need to go. So now I have to figure out where their starting point is. And before I do that, let's see if anyone has explained in the chat what the earlier suggestion was. No. So, now I'll figure out where in the map the person is referring to. Okay? Right. Yes. Okay, it's the place where there's the big tree in the background. Where was that? Maybe I can see on the map where it was. Where do we think that was? Big tree. There it is! And where am I? I'm there. Okay, so if I go down and left, then we should be in the position from which I can follow the guide, and then we can start today's stream. There we go. That's where. Let's save there. And then we do this. From that spot, go the way you did before. To the right over the spikes. Okay? Okay, let's try going to the right and see if there are any spikes. I love the internet. It's very helpful, and the people on it speak clearly and make sense. Whoops, that was my fault. Got him. Okay. This guy usually kills me, so I'll save. Right, okay. It's really tricky. You have to, like, with your same thumb, you have to press alternate buttons where you kind of jump and shoot at the same time. There we go. Oh, no, not yet, not yet, still not yet. Yes! Great, there we go. There weren't any spikes, though, and no, we've hit a wall. Okay, so I need to know where that person went before. That seems to be the key bit. We have to go where they went before, then we have to go over some spikes to the right of wherever that happened to be. Let's try and do a bit of sleuthing, because of course this third person knows where they went before, so they must have explained it. So what they said was, there's a door to the right that can't open, can't go upwards either. Does that look like the sort of thing I might want to do? Yes, he probably means over there on this bit here. And then it says I've searched the area for an hour now, but there doesn't seem to be anything in here. Very limited in exploring. The only place I can go is to the left, and it just leads back to my original position. Not sure what that means. No, this person hasn't described going anywhere before. Let's see how they reply. The problem is that see, the person who helpfully helped was wrong. Because they weren't listening either. The problem is, says the original person, that the door that leads to the passage with the lasers is closed, and the only way to open it is to ignite those lantern things with the orb, or the light burst ability, but I've already inserted the orb into the statue, and I don't have the light burst yet, which means I can't open the door. But never mind, I started another save file and finished it by now. Thanks for all the help, guys. I really appreciate such a helpful community. And that's the end of that. There's no further posts in that, or help. So that was good. Now let's move on to the next Steam discussion and see if it's of any more use. So I'm stuck in Blackroot Burrows, says Veros, because of a one-way laser image. Okay, and it's an Imgur link. You're leaving Steam. Yes, no, that's fine. Continue to external site. And, okay, on the map, this person appears to be... where? Don't really seem like I recognize any of the places on the map they've posted. Are they on a completely different bit? No. Where on the map are they? No, it seems to be an entirely different map, and therefore of no use to us. Okay, so that's no good. Aha! Drop down the hole you keep jumping over. Down there you get the charge flame. Ah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, now, what we have to explore is which hole do I keep jumping over. Let's have a look. Is it this hole? Because wait, there seems to be a totally open bit there that I could easily go and look at. I don't know why that didn't appear, because I've looked at the map quite a lot of times so far, trying to find such a thing. So I don't know why we didn't notice it before. Yes, okay, that's all it was. There we go. That's all it was. I'm going to start a new stream after this. I'm going to carry on playing this, but I'm just going to start a new stream because this one is invalid. There we go. We've achieved that one thing. That one thing in the whole stream so far, which has been an hour so far. So I'm now going to stop this stream, and we're going to move on. I'm going to do a new stream straight away. So just stay where you are. It'll go off. It'll come back. And I'll see you in a moment. Oh, but what I want to do is I'll press stop, and then I'll want to press start again immediately. But actually what happens is OBS just takes forever, and it just goes like, oh, for ages. So it'll probably be anything like, you know, it might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes even before I start the stream again. But rest assured, there is no point in writing stream's dead in the chat, which someone always does, even when I announce it. But it seems like everyone who's currently here are people I know, so I'm sure you won't. So I'll see you in just a sec. Ross has got to go and shut his chooks in. Okay? See you in half an hour, Ross. Ross is going to shut his chooks, and I'll see you in a moment.